Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How are you guys?
Hanging in there.
Good. Well, I'm going to go around and introduce everybody. I'm Leslie. I'm the owner of Salman Home Realty. And then we have Marty Watson. She's the owner of Potomac Title Group Services.
Hi,
and
everyone.
We have Laura Finks down there. She's with Warrenton Appraisal Group.
Hello.
And then we have Victoria King with the Fauquier Bank.
Hi.
So yeah, I've got, we're going to do a little quick update, thinking it'll probably go faster than the last one, being that we're only updating 2 weeks worth of things in the marketplace now, but we've kind of been I think that we have great news to share today, to be honest with you, with everybody out there. Of course, I didn't want to overstep and say, or basically overpromise what the market was going to do. And it actually has surprised me. We're seeing great stats. What are you guys seeing out there?
Well, I'd like to add a couple of things of what I'm saying, but Victoria King, mortgage loan officer of the Fauquier Bank, equal housing lender, NMLS 314753. I see that it's more of a product market than it is a rate market at this point. I think people are just trying to find a way to get their loans, to get a loan, but they're not able to find the products that were out there before. I think that a lot of mortgage companies out there, kind of anything that was high risk, they stopped taking them. But I mean, I'm still busy. I'm still super busy. I have quite a few to work on when I get off the phone here. So I saw maybe, a couple of days there might've been a slowdown, which was like a breather, but then wham, it hit again. So I don't know. I think it's moving good. Purchases, building, maybe a little refis, but everything else is going strong.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What about Marty or Laura? Want to jump in with anything?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely not seeing a slowdown either. We are crazy busy. We're still getting purchase contracts coming in. We're still getting lots of refis coming in. There's been a couple, fallouts on purchases based on furloughs, which is expected in this time. But, other than that, the market is really strong. And, a lot of lenders have stopped doing jumbo loans. Yeah. Which has been a challenge too, because, we live in a jumbo area.
Not all. I'm just saying not all. I can't disclose what we can do, but I'm just saying not all lenders. Yeah.
Between the lines. Vicki, I have some referrals for you then.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I'll call you later today.
Okay.
Now, what about you, Laura?
Hi, everyone. I'm Laura. Yeah, I'm with Northen Appraisal Group. I do appraisals. We do appraisals in Prince William, Fairfax, Loudon, Fauquier, Culpeper area. And basically, I'm emulating what all the other ladies are saying, in that still busy, still seeing value strong. I'm still seeing things going under contract in less than 30 days. Some, multiple offers. Still seeing a couple even escalation clauses up in some pockets of Fairfax. So in the appraisal world, we follow the market. So basically, I'm reporting on what's going on. Some of my stuff is historical. So I think if we do see any market changes, it might be, in a couple months or two. But for now, everything is going great, and we're hoping that things stay on track. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be sharing some stats shortly, but I can kind of report the same thing. Now, I'm from a different side than you guys in a sense. Vicki and I are probably most closely tied, because by the time it gets to Marty and Laura, it's already under contract. But I've had a couple of buyers that were kind of waiting to see what happens in that sense. But other than that, I'm getting houses ready to be listed, and the comps and everything are looking good, and things are selling. And in Woodbridge, I have one that's going to be coming up. It's selling in 9 days. So there's still a lot of stuff still going quickly, and having activity and people listing their houses. So I think things are still going really well. Let me pull up these stats here and we can kind of chat about them. And if anybody out there in the audience, hi Raina, thanks for watching. And thanks Andrew Cummins is on there. Thanks for checking us out. Let me get these stats pulled up. And if anybody has any questions or anything like that, any thoughts that they think of, feel free to shoot us a comment down here. Or if you wanted to reach out to us afterwards, someone specifically, just send it to Going Gainesville private message, and I'll make sure that it's distributed to whoever it needs to be. So without further ado, I'm going to just pull up this stuff, and you guys won't be able to see us anymore so that you can see the stats better. They're going to cover up the screen, but you can still hear us talking in the background. So here goes. Here's the first one. And this one this is all of everything in bright. Again, this never the best one to be looking at because it shows like the all mid-Atlantic region, which has New Jersey, Delaware, other states in it. So it's not just what we want to be looking at for Virginia stats, but in general, it gives us a pretty good idea. Overview, last week's average daily new listing inventory ratio came at 80.7%, the best since the week of 3/23. So it's almost like that little blip we talked about ended, where people were just trying to figure out what was going on. And then it also says last week's withdrawn and canceled listing volume tracked at 76.9%, the level of the same week in 2019. And temporarily off the market would obviously just mean they're pulling the house off because they, maybe considering taking it off completely or something along those lines. There's many different reasons people can do that. But I mean, to say we're the same as last year, that's great. Here's now getting into the Virginia stuff, my little cover sheet that Bright had. Here's the first one. This is a report, a report that's new listing. It's only counted once, but it's kind of being covered up for new listing. It's just the new listings in Virginia. And again, 2019 is the blue line. 2020 is the orange line. So neck and neck as last year.
Yeah. Look at that.
Which is really good. So we've got that one, and then we've got, and these are good. These were pulled on April 20th, so they're really new stats. These are the temporarily off the markets that we talked about. So again, this is Virginia. The other one was all the states combined. So it is a little bit bigger of a discrepancy in Virginia versus that whole area. It looks like according to this graph, but yep, this is the temp off. And then these are the closed things that have closed. And we are lower in, hang on here. So yeah, so we're lower this year, right?
No, it looks like it's higher this year.
All right, sorry. I'm like, it was really small what I was looking at. Yeah, it's
Great.
It's higher now. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I wonder why it dips down right there at the end of April.
The end of April.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's just like, how the real estate market, it's almost like the comps always trail what's happening, or, things, the activity, when you look at it after, it's always trailing the market. I don't know if that's why, but again, I mean, they're great numbers. Hang on here. Let's get to the next one. This is the showing activity. So yeah, the showing activity, I mean, they're not far off for having all these COVID measures in place, or doing virtual open houses and things like that. There's still people out there. So we've got, and again, this is just for with appointments made through showing time is how they track it.
Okay.
And then we've got the new purchase contracts. So these are things that are just going on under contract. This is a little, I mean, it's a little bit higher in 2019, but in certain days. And like you said, Marty, I don't know if I just wonder if things dipped at that one point because it was kind of like that was the result of what happened 2 weeks before.
Well, this is no purchase contracts, but we just had a refi boom. So, we're neck and neck with the last year's numbers because of the refis. So we wouldn't be right there with the new purchases in 19 and 20. And that's why this one dips a little bit, I think.
And then we've got, it's just this is just a weekly composition of listings and a non-final status for Virginia. It's pretty hard to read, but the neon green, the top is the coming soon. The next one down is active, temporarily off the market next. The yellow is active under contract. The orange is pending, and then the gray is withdrawn. And the difference between active under contract and pending is basically the contingencies have been removed, so there's less chance of something falling out. So anyways, this is just kind of by the week what's been going on. So I will get us back on the screen. And I mean, obviously we already saw these and talked about these before we went live, but just wondered if anybody had any final thoughts. Oh, we have some comments. Hang on. Sorry. Okay. So Heather said she had a quick question about building. She heard that it's slowing down or stopping for now.
No, that's not true. Anybody who works that I know that works for a builder, does remodeling, or any of the Class A contractors, I'm pretty sure they're still essential. So they can work. I know there's a lot of new construction going on still. There's a lot of people that aren't working, I mean, because they have that choice. But I think the ones that I don't know, I know some builders out there that are still working, basically.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure what the stats are for that. I mean, there's really not that much new construction. There's not that many neighborhoods. I mean, around here, we really only in Haymarket, Gainesville area. I mean, there's a couple small, tail ends of projects. And aside from that, there's that new Virginia crossing. And then we've got the Pulte neighborhood that's coming up for the 55 and older off of 55 by Antioch Road in Haymarket. But there's just really not a lot of.
What about that development across from Piedmont? Isn't that new construction?
Across from Piedmont.
It's like, remember they were in V homes, kind of like a little Willisford out there in Haymarket. You don't remember? I can't think of the name of it.
I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to find out from you.
Okay, yeah, I'll look it up.
Dominion Valley is still selling they're still selling stuff, selling new homes there. Heather was saying there were a couple of larger ones. I've not heard that. Has anybody else heard that?
No.
Okay.
Well, there's a ton of builders still working right now.
I think she's just saying, has it slowed down? Like, I don't think she means are they just not building because COVID doesn't allow it?
No, they're still working. It is essential. So I know that. And I know on a personal, a lot of people are individually going through with builds on their residence and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I know people that are building homes. Hi.
Right now,
Catherine mentioned Stanley Martin, and there's also one off of Devlin Heather was talking about. I don't know if that's Stone something or other. I want to say new neighborhood. I might be wrong. Oh, so hi, Michael. Michael, we're just watching. It's a panel discussion on what's going on in the local market. But those are good questions. We'll definitely. Yeah. I'll research and see if I hear anything different in terms of the builders.
Well, and I think new construction goes along with normal people out there on the market looking for houses. Like, we're still seeing buyers out there on the market. So if they want to buy a house, new construction's still available to them.
Right. Right. Heather was saying they had to rezone. She heard that one slowed or stopped for now. Yeah, we'll have to check into that one. I can't speak on that for 100%. I've watched it as it's gone through some of the approval processes and things like that, but just not sure for right now. So I'll check that. I don't know. Did anybody have anything else? Again, I'm really excited about things. As more and more restrictions ease with the social distancing, I think we may. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we'll just have a spring market that starts later.
Yeah.
I think we would probably have a market correction, maybe a small little market correction. But we're so lucky in this area, knock on wood. Everyone has a government job. There's not too many. There's probably a lot of furloughs, but not too many because everyone has secure jobs, Right. Which is
right. Yeah, and we talked a little bit that we were concerned of maybe the first-time home buyers out there that, they are more likely to have a service-oriented job, right, which has really been hit hard. So we didn't know if, sometimes I always say in real estate, it's the trickle up effect instead of the trickle down effect. So, that first time home buyer can't buy that first condo, that person that's selling their condo, then they can't move to the townhouse, and it goes up in terms of dollar value, how it affects things. So maybe that might have a little impact, but hopefully not.
And again, right now, products are high risk. A lot of lenders aren't lending on low down payments and government programs and things like that because I guess they view it as kind of high risk. So they just have large overlays, and it's just making it not. I don't want to say impossible for somebody to buy, but it's just making it a lot more difficult. So I don't know. We'll see. I think everybody's trying to stay cautious because of what's going on, but it's a product market. You really have to kind of call around and see who offers the product that you need because somebody that normally would may not anymore at this point.
Right. And then Catherine just chimed in. She asked, do you feel that Haymarket is overinflated or can someone buy as a good investment? I don't really think you're going to come in there and get any sort of total steal unless you're maybe find something that you're really doing a lot of fixing up on. But I think I don't think it's overinflated. I think it's right where it should be, pretty much.
I would say as far as investment, it really depends on what your holding period is, like how long you plan to be there. Right now, I really wouldn't be buying for upside potential, but I think it's probably pretty safe to buy to know, typical 1% to 3% increases, but I wouldn't be thinking, just due to the economy for at least the next couple years until we get back on track, that I wouldn't be buying it for an investment other than, you need a place to live. And,
Right.
It's growing. There's some really cool stuff that we know about that's going to be going up. I was probably on hold right now because of what's going on, but it's going to be quite a fun town,
Well, hey, I don't know of any, honestly, I don't know of any businesses that are even we're going through zoning processes and things like that aren't moving forward still. Most of the ones that I know are just continuing to move forward with the plans that they had. They're like, oh, I don't care. This is what I was doing, so I'm going to keep doing it and see what happens. And I think they made the right choice.
Well, and I think the stop order for businesses is May 10th, right?
8th.
May 8th. So
Leslie's like May 8th
at 12:01.
She's counting down the minutes.
So they start reopening their doors. There may have to be some sort of security measures in place, as far as how many people are.
Well, yeah, I think there's still definitely social distancing stuff in place. So as far as I'm aware, beauty salons and things like that, obviously they're still taking all the measures, sanitary measures. But I also think they're kind of doing more extended hours with having less people in their places of business at once. You know, it's not going to be like full on open the floodgates and everybody runs out and meets 20 people for lunch like we all want to do. Or
well, we all need to put money into the economy. We need to start spending money at these places.
Yeah. Kelly says, oh, hi, Kelly. Oh, she was going to ask about loans, Vicki. Do you have to have excellent credit and a certain percentage down now to buy?
Actually, if you private message me, I can't discuss rates and specific products that we offer publicly. But if you want to send me a private message, I can definitely shoot that right over to you. The answer to that.
Vicki can help. Vicki's here to solve all your problems. Yeah, Catherine also said second home, but doesn't want the economy to crash and her home value to tank. So I think we kind of like went over that before, but yeah, we'll probably be signing out here again. If anybody has wrapping up, but if anybody has any questions, comments, keep putting them up there and we'll keep going back. We'll answer things, or, you know, if you want somebody to reach out to you about something more specifically, just one of us, if you message or whatever, I'll make sure I tag Laura, Marty, or Vicki underneath one, and we'll get your questions answered.
I think it's super positive reinforcement that things are, you know, as long as you stay positive and, you know, just really keep moving. I think we're going to get through this. I mean,
yeah, it's just a matter of everybody had to adapt. And I think again, when we looked at those stats, it's like it took 3 weeks, and we all kind of have, and we're back to normal, and then they'll switch it up again on us, and we'll just keep figuring it out from there.
Just keep going.
I think people feel like they quarantined themselves and now they're safe. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for joining me here today. I really appreciate you taking the time out to help, let everybody know from our point of view what we see out there, and hopefully ease some fears. And hi, Prem. Thanks for tuning in. And I guess we're going to be over and out at this point. So we will talk to you guys later. And thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.